All right, so this is a question from Sandwich Aaron. My only question would be, what do you do when you run out of ideas? I just finished phase two and have unlocked the option of oil production, but I don't really know what to do now. I feel as though I've done so much leading up to this point. I mean, the short answer is, look, it's this is intended to be fun, right? So if it's not fun, take a break and wait for ideas to come. That being said, one thing that I do that I really like to sort of fuel ideas is I'm a fairly creative person. Like I have a lot of creative pursuits in my professional life, my private life, and the one death to creativity that I always encounter over and over again is lack of constraints. Like if you can do anything, you end up doing nothing. But if you give yourself constraints, then you have something, you have a little bit of grit in the oyster, as it were, right? To make that pearl. You have a little bit of an impediment. And that makes you think about solving for the impediment as opposed to being quote unquote creative. So as an example here, I wanted to build a decentralized nuclear power plant. And I wanted to build it all around this beautiful lake scene. I wanted to make it look nice, less industrial, more like they try to contain the radiation and make it appealing looking. So I spent a lot of time building the towers, designing them. And, they went through a lot of iterations. And then out of this kind of an idea of the tower, I also got the idea for the beltways here, right? They're all covered in concrete so to mitigate radiation. Doesn't really work in the game, but that's my headcanon for it. And then I want to kind of make something cool to hide the machinery that makes the rods. That's one constraint. Another constraint that I really also like is finding someplace I haven't built before, or finding someplace that I think is going to be challenging. Like I've done builds where half the factory was on top of a ledge like this, and the other half was down below. I have a previous video where I did a fuel generation plant called the Power Wall, where all the fuel is built down below and then belted up on 50 belts to the top where all the generators are. No reason to do it, but it was cool to do and it was fun to make and it looks kind of awesome, I think. Yeah, so give yourself constraints, I think that's good. And look, if you feel burnt out on, my God, I do that too. Like I got to put it away for a while. I mean, why? Is this supposed to be fun? I'll go play I'll go play Arc Raiders or, something. This is not a job, right? It should never be. But yeah, so like after a build like this, when I finished this thing, I was like, all right, I'm done. I don't think I touched Satisfactory for a month easily, which is a lot for me. That's a long time. I mean, clearly I like this game. But yeah, or do a palette cleanser. Like I went and played Valheim for a while. I built in there for a little bit, and actually building in Valheim gave me ideas for what to do in here. So yeah, give yourself a break. Don't be too hard on yourself. The minute you start kind of beating yourself up about how you're quote unquote not being creative, you will never be creative because you've set this bar for yourself and put this constraint on yourself. Not a good constraint in that case, mind you. You've said, I am not creative, therefore I need to find something to be creative with. Just let it, give yourself a break, take some time off. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions or if I can kind of clarify stuff like that. This is one of those things I think about a lot. Because creativity to me is not some divine inspiration. Creativity is not something that magically happens. It is a process, It really is one of those things where it's a muscle. And just like any muscle, you can get it worn out. It can feel worn out. It could need time to rest. And other times you need to prime that muscle a little bit. You need to warm it up a little bit. And that's where constraints come in. Like this here too, I wanted to have all my waste up on this high area here. I just had fun times doing this one, I will say. It was super fun. Yeah. Anyway, till next time.